Jai Sai Ram, Sri Sai Satcharitra, Chapter 46, Part 2. In the morning, the Gayawala, the priest who arranges and provides for the lodging and boarding of the pilgrims, came there and said, "The pilgrims have already started. You better make haste." Shama casually asked him whether there was plague in Gaya. "No," said the Gayawala. "Please come without any fear or anxiety and see for yourself." Then they went with him and stayed in his house, which was a big and commodious vada. Shama was well pleased with the accommodation provided for him, but what pleased him most was the beautiful big portrait of Baba fixed in the central and front portion of the building. Seeing this portrait, Shama was overwhelmed with emotion. He remembered Baba's words. After doing Kashi and Prayag, he would be ahead of Shama, and burst into tears. His hairs stood on end, his throat was choked, and he began to sob. The Gayawala thought that he was afraid of plague prevailing there, and therefore was crying. But Shama inquired of him whence he got this Baba's portrait there. He replied that he had 200 or 300 agents working at Manmad and Puntabe for looking to the convenience of the pilgrims to Gaya, and from them he heard about Baba's fame, then about Then, about 12 years ago, he went to Shirdi and took Baba's darshana. There, he wanted Baba's portrait hung in Shama's house, and with Baba's permission, Shama gave it to him. This was the same portrait. Shama then remembered this former incident. The Gayawala's joy knew no bounds when he learnt that the same Shama who obliged him before was his guest then. Then they both exchanged love and service, and were most delighted and happy. The Gayawala gave him a right royal welcome. He was a very rich man. He sat in a palanquin and made Shama ride an elephant, and attended to all his comforts and conveniences. The moral of the story is this, that Baba's words come out true to the letter, and unbounded was his love towards the devotees. But leave this aside, he also loved all creatures equally, for he felt that he was one with them. The following story will illustrate this. Two goats. Baba was once returning from Lendi when he saw a flock of goats. Two of them attracted his attention. He went to them, caressed and fondled them, and bought them for rupees 32. The devotees were surprised at this conduct of Baba. They thought that Baba was duped in this bargain, as the goats would fetch only 2 rupees each, at the most 3 or 4 each. That is 8 rupees for both. They began to take Baba to task for this, but Baba kept calm and cool. Shama and Tatya Kote asked Baba for an explanation. He said he should not store money, as he had no home and any family to look after. He asked them to purchase at his cost rupees 4 seers of dal and feed the goats. After this was done, Baba returned the goats to the owner of the flock and gave out the following reminiscence and story of the goats. O Shama and Tatya, you think that I have been deceived in this bargain. No, listen to their story. In their former birth, they were human beings and had the good fortune to be my companions and sit by my side. They were uterine brothers, loving each other at first, but later on they became enemies. The elder brother was an idle fellow, while the younger one was active chap. He earned lot of money. The farmer became greedy and jealous and wanted to kill his brother and take away his money. They forgot their fraternal relations and began to quarrel with each other. The elder brother resorted to many devices to kill his younger brother, but all of his attempts failed. Thus they became deadly enemies, and finally on one occasion the elder gave a deadly blow with a big stick on the latter's head, while the latter struck the former with an axe, with the result that both fell dead on the spot. As a result of their actions, they were both born as goats. As they passed by me, I at once recognized them. I remembered their past history. Taking pity on them, I wanted to feed them and give them rest and comfort, and for this reason I spent all the money for which you reprove me. As you did not like my bargain, I sent them back to their shepherd. Such was Sai's love for the goats. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be to all. Jai Sai Ram.